everyone. Thank you for joining us today to learn more about Lupus Mariachi. I'm going to speak a few words in Portuguese to our Brazilian agents because my name is Laís Bernardi. I am an account manager here at Marketing Collection Brazil team, and I am responsible for Elite Travel Premium in our market. So now I'm going to speak just a few words in Portuguese to them, and then we return in English. Olá, agentes do Brasil, obrigada pela presença aqui no nosso webinar. Ele será ministrado em inglês, então agradeço a presença de todos vocês aqui e espero que vocês gostem desse novo produto da Elite. A Elite já é uma DMC que muitos de vocês conhecem e utilizam, uma DMC que a gente tem para Croácia, Eslovênia e Montenegro, e o Lupus Mariachi é o novo produto deles, eles estão lançando esse ano, e agradeço o interesse de todos vocês que estão aqui. Agora eu vou passar a palavra para a Isa, que é a nossa gerente no México, para o mercado latino. Ela vai falar um pouquinho em espanhol e depois nós continuamos em inglês. Ao final, vocês mandem as perguntas aqui que nós podemos fazê-las ao final dessa sessão. Obrigada por estarem aqui conosco. Isa, es con ustedes.
Hola a todo el mercado mexicano. Para las personas que no me conocen, yo soy Isa Vallejan y yo soy Account Manager de Elite Travel Premium en el mercado mexicano. Muchísimas gracias a todos los que se inscribieron el día de hoy. Hoy vamos a hablar sobre uno de los productos que tiene Elite Travel para ustedes. Es muy importante que sepan que es uno de los muchos productos y muchas experiencias que Elite puede hacer para ustedes y para sus clientes. Entonces, bueno, vamos a dejarle la palabra a Andrea para que les presente este extraordinario producto. And we're going to switch back to English. Thank you, everyone, for joining this webinar today. And I would love to introduce you to Andrea. He's going to be giving the webinar today. So, Andrea, the word is yours.
Well, thank you very much. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us today on this Lupus Mare webinar on behalf of our wonderful partners at Marketing Collection. Well, thank you, Laís in Brazil, and thank you, Isa in Mexico, for organizing this for us. And of course, thank you for joining us today on behalf of Elite Travel Premium DMC, a leading Croatian destination management company. Of course, on my personal behalf, my name is Andrea, and I'm Business Development Director with Elite Travel, and I will be holding this webinar today. As you probably already know, Elite Travel is a full-service destination management company based in Croatia. Our headquarters are in Dubrovnik, but through our network of branch offices, we cover the whole country. And in addition to Croatia, our home country, we offer services in Slovenia, because we have office in Ljubljana, the capital of Slovenia, as well as in Montenegro. We have an office in town of Kotor on the coast of Montenegro. So this is our destination portfolio. Of course, with our premium brand, Elite Travel Premium, we do high-end FIT, small groups, and MICE. And with our Elite Travel Classic brand, we do all kinds of budgets, all kinds of hotels in these three markets, Croatia, Slovenia, and Montenegro. So Lupus Mare is just one of our products today that we are going to learn a little bit more. So let me share my screen with you. Okay, everyone, you can see my screen, right? Perfect. So, ladies and gentlemen, Lupus Mare is a new product which we have in 2026. It is a motor yacht that we will use from the end of April till beginning of June, and then again in September and October for 8 days, 7 nights cruise along the Adriatic Sea. So I would like to start this webinar with giving you some technical specifications about Lupus Mare yacht. It was constructed, it was built in 2011, and it was completely refurbished in 2023. So it will be 3 years now since it was completely refurbished. It is 43 meters long and 9 meters wide, and the maximum speed is 14 knots. The maximum guest capacity on Lupus Mare is 34 guests, 34 passengers, and we have total crew of 11, 10 crew members plus cruise manager, 11 crew members. And for the passengers, for the guests on Lupus Mare, we have 15 cabins, and we have triples, doubles, and twin cabins on Lupus Mare. When we talk about the boat, when we talk about the yacht itself, we say that basically there are 3 reasons why we like to say that if you have clients on Lupus Mare cruising the Adriatic, they will have higher, more elevated experience, more luxurious experience that if compared with other boats of the similar size cruising the Adriatic. The first selling point is crew to guest ratio. So we have 11 crew members and maximum 34 guests. So we have 1 crew member on 3 guests. So this is very high crew to guest ratio if compared with other yacht and Adriatic. Or we have 1 crew member for 1.5 cabin, which is amazing level of service you get on this size of the boat. The second selling point is that Lupus Mare has these facilities on board which yachts and boats of the similar size do not have. First of all, we have a sauna, we have a gym, and we have a cinema room which can be used as a game room as well. So these are some facilities that boats of the similar size on the Adriatic do not have. And the third selling point of Lupus Mare in comparison with other boats on the Adriatic is the elevated dining experience. We have amazing chef and sous chef on the yacht which prepare traditional Croatian cuisine. All the ingredients are supplied along Croatian coast and used in Lupus Mare kitchen, and a lot of attention is dedicated to presentation of food. So you will have impression when you dine on Lupus Mare, you will have impression that you are dining in a slow food restaurant somewhere on the coast. So these are the 3 main selling points that distinguish Lupus Mare from the boats, yachts of the similar size on the Adriatic. Let's go on. On this photo, you can see Lupus Mare anchored in one of the uninhabited bays along the Dalmatian coast. So as I already said, this itinerary is 8 days long and 7 nights on the yacht. Port of embarkation and disembarkation is Split. So the cruise starts and finishes in Port of Split. And basically, the concept of cruising every day is the same. In the morning, the boat leaves the port where it has spent the night, and during the morning it cruises towards the next port where it is going to spend the next night. And during the cruising, which takes place in the morning, we always, every day, we make a stop for swimming. And we always make stop for swimming so the guests can enjoy in the sea, swim in the Adriatic Sea, in uninhabited bays like this one shown on this photo, or on small uninhabited islands. So the captain always chooses a nice place where there are no other people, so guests of Lupus Mare can enjoy peace and tranquility of the Adriatic Sea. So each day it's the same concept. Each day we make this swimming stop. When we talk about the yacht itself, let's start with exterior lounges and sun deck. Basically, Lupus Mare has 3 exterior spaces. The first one is a small one, this one shown on this photo, which is in front of the ship. There is one in the back of the ship, at the stern of the ship, and there is very large sun deck, top of the yacht, deck, which is the highest deck where jacuzzi is also situated. So on this slide, on this photo, you can see on these two photos here, you can see the lounge in the stern, in the back of the ship. And on the lower photo, in the lower right corner, you can see jacuzzi, which is situated on the sun deck. And there it is. This is top of the yacht deck. So this is the top deck, sun deck, so-called sun deck with sunbeds and with jacuzzi, which are at client's disposal during the entire cruise. So these are the open spaces, the exterior spaces on Lupus Mare yacht. So once again, here in the front of the ship, there is a small open lounge. In the back of the ship, at the stern, right here, there is one open lounge. And on the top of the yacht, we have sun deck, which also has one part covered for clients who need a little bit of shade, and jacuzzi here in front. The cabins on Lupus Mare are situated on two decks. On the main deck, which you can see right here, so these windows, these square-shaped windows, which you can see here, these are cabin windows on the main deck, and these oval-shaped windows in front, these are also cabin windows. The lower deck is right here. So these round-shaped windows, so-called porthole windows, on the lower deck, these are windows of the cabin situated on the lower deck. So let's talk about the cabins now. As I said, we have 15 cabins on Lupus Mare, where we can accommodate maximum of 34 guests. So there are twin, double cabins, and there are triple cabins. On this photo, you can see a double cabin, which has queen-size bed. And you can recognize that it is on the main deck because there are these square-shaped windows. So this is example of a double cabin with queen-size bed on the main deck. Each cabin is equipped with ensuite bathroom, which is equipped with shower, wash basin, toilet, and there are also cosmetics in the bathroom. There's soap for hands, shower gel, and shampoo provided for the clients in each bathroom, and a hair dryer, of course. All interior spaces, including cabins, are fully air conditioned, and each guest in their own cabin, they are able to adjust air conditioning as they wish on their own in their cabin. So as I said, on the main deck, we have 10 cabins, and on the lower deck, we have 5 cabins. On the main deck, we have twins, doubles, and triples, as well as on the lower deck, we have one twin, 2 doubles, and 2 triples. Let's see some more photos of the cabins. On this photo here on the top, we can see example of the twin cabin on the main deck. There is this big oval-shaped window, so this is main deck, twin cabin. On the photo below, right here in the lower left corner, we can see a triple cabin on the lower deck, which has these porthole windows. Porthole windows physically can open, but they will be locked during the cruise. So the guests staying on the lower deck, in the cabins on the lower deck, will not be able to open the windows for safety. However, ventilation and air conditioning works perfectly through the entire boat. On the lower photo in the right corner, you can also see another double cabin on the main deck with the oval-shaped window, and we can see 2 photos of the bathroom. So you can see shower, you can see wash basin, and a toilet here. This is bathroom in the cabin on the lower deck because of this porthole window. This is the main dining salon. So this is the restaurant on Lupus Mare, where all the meals are organized. This is the old photo from the last season. In the meantime, there has been some refurbishments in the interior design. So it looks even better now. But as you know, the accommodation on Lupus Mare includes half board stay. So basically, each day in the morning, guests in this restaurant, they will have breakfast. Breakfast is served buffet style, so it's buffet style. And each day there is dinner or lunch. Basically, on 2 days, we have dinners. During the itinerary, on 2 days, we have dinners served here, and we have 5 days, we have lunch. So breakfast is buffet style, and dinners and lunches are served, okay? Let's mention also the leisure facilities, which I mentioned earlier at the beginning, which set apart Lupus Mare yacht from its competitors on the Adriatic. So first of all, we have to mention the sauna, which you can see on the photo here, which is at guest disposals during the entire cruise. And on the next slide, we can see cinema room, which can be used as a game room as well, in case boat is chartered. Boat is also available for charter in July and August, exclusively. If you have a group or a group of friends or family who would like to charter a boat of this size, it's doable. And then if it is chartered by a company, for example, for incentive cruise, the cinema room can be used for presentations as well. And on the lower photo, you can see a small but well-equipped gym, which is at client's disposal. Of course, this is a yacht cruising the Adriatic, and it's turquoise, crystal clear waters. I'm glad that I can see that in this webinar, we have some participants that have already been in Croatia, that I have met in person, so they will know what I talk about when I mention crystal clear waters of the Adriatic. So each day we make a swimming stop when clients can enjoy the sea. So one of the gadgets Lupus Mare has is this water slide, which is inflated once during the week. Because the operation of inflating the water slide is very difficult, very demanding, like in the aircraft. If you imagine, if you fly in a passenger aircraft and the emergency slide is activated, it takes the aircraft 7 days out of service until they put it again. So once a week, we do inflate the water slide, and we make sure that guests have enough time to enjoy the water slide and to enjoy swimming in the sea. In addition to the water slide, there are 2 kayaks, there are 2 stand-up paddle boards, there is a sea bob, snorkeling gear, and various inflatables, which are available for guests every day, and of course included in the cruise. And at the end of this first part of the presentation, we arrived to the food section. As I already mentioned, the dining experience is really elevated on Lupus Mare if compared with other yachts on the Adriatic. All the food is locally sourced. It is traditional Croatian cuisine served with a modern twist, in order to be able to adjust it to the taste of travelers coming from every corner of the world. And as you can see on this photo, a lot of attention is dedicated to presentation of food. On the next photo, you have example of dessert that it is going to be served as a part of a dinner or lunch on Lupus Mare. So it looks really, really nice. You have impression of a fine dining, slow food restaurant. Before we go on and to the second part of the presentation, where I will walk you quickly through the itinerary, I would like to show you just a short video where you will be able, it is 1 minute video, where you will see the crew. So let me just share the video. Just give me 1 moment. Can you see the video? You can see it? You can see the video? Okay, let's start it.
Hello, my name is Ante. I'm the captain on Lupus Mare. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Sebastian. I'm going to be your bartender and chief steward, and welcome to the Lupus Mare.
Hi, my name is Paola. I'm a stewardess on this boat. I will serve you a great cocktails on Lupus Mare. Welcome on board.
Hello, my name is Bujar. I am chef on yacht Lupus Mare. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Srđan. I'm sous chef, and me and Bujar will prepare good food for you. And welcome to Lupus Mare.
Hi, my name is Borna. I'm decking on Lupus Mare. Welcome.
Hi, my name is Luca. I'm decking on Lupus Mare. Welcome on board.
Hi, my name is Matteo. I'm decking on Lupus Mare. Welcome on board.
Hi, my name is Tina. I'm stewardess on this boat. Welcome to Lupus Mare.
Hello, my name is Maggie. I'm a stewardess and welcome to Lupus Mare.
Perfect. So, of course, you met the crew. As I said, Lupus Mare has 10 crew members plus our cruise manager. So in total, 11 crew members. On this video, you haven't seen a cruise manager. And of course, some of the crew members that I introduced you to can change. But just to give you the idea how many crew members we have. As I mentioned, a cruise manager is the main point of contact for all the clients. Cruise manager meets the guests first day, introduces them into life on board, safety drill, a presentation of each port, what they can do in each port on their own, where to go, what to do. Cruise manager gives suggestions for restaurants. So for anything they might need during the entire cruise, they contact cruise manager, who is at their disposal 24/7. He travels with them on the yacht. He speaks English, French, and some basic Spanish. Unfortunately, not Portuguese, but we will make sure that until next year, he or she learns a little bit of Portuguese and some Italian. So I don't think there will be problems with the communication on board. So let's continue with the second part of the presentation. Okay, so we are going now to talk a little bit about the itinerary. So here you have map of Croatia. As you can see, Croatia has a strange shape, a boomerang shape. This is the Adriatic Sea here. On the northwest, we have Slovenia, which is also one of the countries included in our destination portfolio. And further down on the south, right here, where I'm pointing with my cursor, this is where Montenegro is located. The coastal part of Croatia, the southern coastal part of Croatia, which is right here, is called Dalmatian Coast. I'm sure you know Dalmatian Coast, which is the most visited and the most popular part of Croatia in terms of tourism. So on the next photo, we have, on the next slide, we have Dalmatian Coast. And basically, this is where Split is located. Split is second largest Croatian town. The biggest one, the largest one, is called Zagreb. It is the capital city here on the northwest of the country. And Split is second biggest and the largest one on the port. And Split port is also the busiest passenger port on the Adriatic Sea and one of the busiest passenger ports on the Mediterranean, because regular lines depart from here to Italy, Greece, and of course Croatian islands. Croatia has more than 1,100 islands in its Adriatic territorial waters. Only 66 of them are inhabited. And during this cruise on Lupus Mare yacht, we visit some of the most beautiful and the most popular Croatian islands. Okay, so, and we go to the south all the way to Dubrovnik, and then we go back to Split. So let me just tell you about, before we go on with the itinerary, let me tell you about the inclusions. The price of the cruise on Lupus Mare includes 8 days, 7 nights cruise with accommodation in selected cabin, of course, on half-board basis. So we said there is breakfast, buffet breakfast every day. 2 days in the itinerary, we have dinner, which is served. One of the dinners is captain's dinner. And 5 days, we have lunch served on Lupus Mare. The first day, welcome drink and welcome snack is included. Complimentary water is included all day, every day during the entire cruise. Complimentary coffee and tea is also included every day in the itinerary. Complimentary fresh fruits all day, every day during the itinerary. And each day in the afternoon, we have complimentary snack also included. 11 crew members at disposal of the guests. Towels in the cabin change every second day, but in case guests would like every day a new set of towels, they can talk with the stewardess directly, or they can talk with cruise manager, and they will get a new set of towels each day. Bed linen is changed once a week, of course. Should they need to change it more often, they can talk to a stewardess or cruise manager as well. And very important, daily cabin cleaning service is also included. There is a free Wi-Fi on board in all public spaces. And of course, the use of facilities on Lupus Mare, such as sauna, gym, jacuzzi, cinema room, and all the water gadgets, it is included. Not included, beverages, apart from everyday, whole day water, coffee, tea. Beverages can be purchased on the bar on Lupus Mare. Gratuities, so tips for the crew are not included, and taxes and fees. So port charges, port taxes are not included. The amount per person is 55 euro. So 55 euro are port charges for 1 week per person, and these can be paid only in cash on board. First day, when the guests embark in Split on Lupus Mare, they can make payment for port charges directly to cruise manager in cash, as I said. So usually we have 2 guests sharing the cabin. It's 110 euro for 2 persons for 1 week. And the entrance fee to the national park on the island of Mljet is also not included. Okay, let's go on and talk a little bit about the destinations. So the guests, and one more thing, arrival and departure transfer is also included in the price of the cruise. So basically, if clients arrive first day to Split, if they fly to Split, we will transfer them from the airport to Lupus Mare, which will be docked in port of Split, or if they have pre-stay in Split, we will transfer them from hotel in Split to Lupus Mare, and the same is for the last day. When they disembark, we transfer them to hotel in Split or to Split airport. These 2 transfers are also included in the price of the cruise. So the first day, if guests do not want to use the transfer, if they will come on their own and embark the first day on Lupus Mare, in advance, together with the documentation for the travel, we will provide cruise manager mobile phone number, which is WhatsApp enabled, WhatsApp call, as well as WhatsApp messages. So if they are coming to board Lupus Mare on their own, not through our transfer, which is included, they need to contact cruise director, cruise manager, which will inform them about the exact location of Lupus Mare in Split port, because we never know in advance on which dock Lupus Mare will be docked. We get the information that day from Split port authorities. So if they're coming on their own, they need to contact cruise director, which will give them information where to come. But Split port is just off the photo from the port of Split to the promenade in Split, which is right here. It takes 3 to 5 minutes walk. So it's really, really close. So first day, embarkation starts after 2 p.m. In case clients arrive in the morning, they can leave the luggage on Lupus Mare. The crew will take the luggage on board on the yacht, and after 2 p.m. they can come for embarkation. The first day, they will have welcome drink, welcome snack, and welcome meeting with cruise manager, who will talk with them, who will introduce guests into life on board, how itinerary functions, and safety drill will be part of the welcome meeting day one. And day one, they will also have dinner on board Lupus Mare, and the yacht will spend the night in Port of Split, so they will have evening also to explore the nightlife of Split a little bit on their own. The next day, day two, in the morning, Lupus Mare sails from Split port towards the island of Vis. As I mentioned earlier, in Croatian Adriatic, there are more than 1,100 islands. Only 66 of them are inhabited. And if you ask me, the island of Vis is one of the most interesting islands. We like to say that Vis still today is the Mediterranean as it once was. Because while Croatia was part of socialist Yugoslavia, Yugoslav army had a base on the island of Vis. So for decades, the island was closed, it was cut off. Nobody was allowed to arrive on the island apart from the people who lived on the island, so there was no tourism. After Croatia became independent, the Yugoslav army left and the island started to open for visitors some 30 years ago. So we like to say that Vis still today is as it once was 50 or 100 years ago. Still today, there are a lot of accommodation options on the island of Vis. There are 2 hotels, which are 3 low-quality 3-star hotels. So this itinerary, when Lupus Mare spends 1 night in Port of Vis, is actually an amazing opportunity to visit the island of Vis. So the second night, the boat will spend in Port of Vis. And of course, in each port during the itinerary, guests will have option to book some of the tours, or they can explore each destination, each port on their own. Somebody asked me the other day if guests can get off anytime. Yes, once the boat once look at docks in the port, the guests can get off and get on the boat as much as they want during the night. The most important thing is that they are in the morning on time on board the yacht when it sails towards the next port. There is a package of walking tours that you can sell to the clients in advance. The package includes walking tour of Split, walking tour of Dubrovnik, walking tour of Korčula, and walking tour of Hvar. And there are also some tours which will be available only on board. For example, here on the island of Vis, there is a choice of 2 excursions. There is a choice to visit Blue Cave on the islet of Biševo, and there is another second tour which is called Military Tour, when we go and explore the bunkers and underground corridors used by Yugoslav army 50 years ago. Very interesting tour when they learn about the recent history of the island of Vis. Okay, let's go on. Day number 3, in the morning, Lupus Mare leaves Port of Vis and sails towards the island of Korčula. Island of Korčula is my favorite island in Croatian Adriatic Sea. I like it more than the island of Hvar, which everybody is crazy about Hvar. But personally, my favorite is island of Korčula. And no matter what Italians tell you, Marco Polo was born in Korčula, not in Venice, because in 13th century, when Marco Polo was born, Korčula was part of Venetian Republic. So the guests will have an opportunity to explore town of Korčula, which you can see here on the photo, on a walking tour, or they can do it on their own and they can visit the house of Marco Polo, where Marco Polo was born. Day 4, we sail from Korčula in the morning. We leave town of Korčula and we sail towards Dubrovnik, the pearl of Adriatic, situated on the far south of Republic of Croatia. Let me check the time. Okay. So on this photo, you can see the old walled city of Dubrovnik, surrounded by city walls. And here on the photo, right here, this area is called Pile Gate. Pile Gate, the main entrance to the old walled city of Dubrovnik. Lupus Mare, as well as the other boats during the similar itinerary, the boats of the similar size, they will stop in a new modern port of Dubrovnik, which is called Gruž, Gruz, Gruž. And if they want to reach the old city of Dubrovnik, Pile Gate, the main entrance, from Gruž port to Pile Gate, there are numerous public bus lines that run frequently every 5 to 10 minutes, and the journey time is roughly 15 minutes, 15. They can use a taxi, a regular taxi. They can use Uber if they have Uber application. So it's really easy. They can walk, but if you have been in Dubrovnik, then you already know. If you are still planning to visit Dubrovnik, once you get to Dubrovnik, you will see that Dubrovnik is full of hills. So you go up and down the hill all the time. So if you walk from Gruž port to Pile Gate, the main entrance to the old walled city of Dubrovnik, it will take you roughly 45 minutes. If guests decide to book walking tour of Dubrovnik, it will include transfer from Lupus Mare to the old port, to the old city of Dubrovnik. It will include guide for the walking tour and free time, but transfer back from the old city to Lupus Mare is not included. We did not include the transfer back because we wanted to give to the guests as much time as they wish to spend in the old town of Dubrovnik. And as I said, they can take a public bus, which is €2 ticket, or they can take a taxi, or even they can walk. Okay, let's go on. Day 6, we leave Dubrovnik in the morning and we sail towards the island of Mljet. So M-L-J-E-T. Americans like to call it Mljet, but the pronunciation is Mljet. In Croatia, we have 8 national parks, and one of them is located on the island of Mljet. The national park was proclaimed here in the 1960s to protect the system of 2 lakes, which we have on the island, 2 lakes, and to protect the lush old Mediterranean forest, which we have on the island of Mljet, which is unique and very difficult to find. If you compare Croatian islands with Greek islands, for example, the first thing you will notice that Croatian islands are very, very green and covered in pine forest if compared with Greece. So once we reach the island of Mljet, day 6, the boat will spend the night in a village called Pomena, P-O-M-E-N-A, Pomena village, which is a tiny fishing village. And from the place where Lupus Mare will dock in Pomena village to the entrance to the national park is literally 3 minutes walk. So they will be able to walk to the entrance to the national park, pay the tickets over there, enter the national park, and it will take them 15 minutes walk, 15, to reach the lakes in the national park. Once they are in the national park, they can rent kayaks, they can swim in the lakes, they can rent bikes, they can just hike around the lakes, swim wherever they want. On the big lake, there is a small island with the monastery of Virgin Mary from 13th century. Boat to this monastery, to this island, is included in the national park ticket. And of course, the cruise manager is there to explain to guests where to go and what to do in the national park. This evening, day 6, captain's dinner is served on Lupus Mare when it sails from Dubrovnik to Mljet. Okay, the next day, day 6, we leave Mljet in the morning and we go towards the island of Hvar, where everybody wants to go, everybody wants to see Hvar, everybody wants to be seen on the island of Hvar. This is the most popular jet set destination along Croatian coast. You can see all these luxury boats in port of Hvar. So once we get to Hvar, the guests have an option to explore Hvar on their own or to book a walking tour with a guide and to explore Hvar. The boat will spend the night in port of Hvar, so there will be opportunity to experience the nightlife on the island of Hvar. And of course, they will have lunch on board in the evening. They will have free evening in town of Hvar to sample one of the famous restaurants here. Day 7, we will leave the island of Hvar and sail towards Split. So on the photo, where you can see port of Hvar here, on the photo here, you can see these small islands. These are called Pakleni Islands. Pakleni Islands is a favorite destinations for guests who come and stay on the island of Hvar, or for people who are staying in Split, a full-day tour to Pakleni Islands by a high-speed private boat, because these are uninhabited islands close to Hvar, as you can see. So this is amazing idea to go and spend the day. You can find your own private beach. There are a lot of beach clubs, beach restaurants. So this is idea to spend the day on Pakleni Islands. On the day 7, when we leave Hvar and go back towards Split, the boat will stop on Pakleni Islands. So the guests will have an opportunity for swimming in around these beautiful islands. So day 7, we go from Hvar to Split. Friday evening, the boat spends evening in Split, and day 8, it's Saturday again. They have breakfast on Lupus Mare and disembark by 9 o'clock. So the boat can be 9 in the morning, so the boat can be prepared for embarkation of the next departure, which starts after 2 p.m. So this is basically the end of our presentation. And of course, should you have any questions, you can send us your questions and we will reply. Before we go to Q&A part, once again, I would like to mention that this is just one of the products which we have. We are a full-service destination management company in Croatia, Slovenia, and Montenegro, with Croatia in the heart, since this is our home country. So if you have clients who are looking for chartering a sailing boat, or they need instead of booking a cabin on Lupus Mare, we can do that as well. If you have clients who are staying along Croatian coast, we can organize tours for them. Also, if you have clients who visit any of the Croatian ports on any of the big cruise ships, I don't know, Celebrity, Royal Caribbean, we can do private exclusive tours for them in any of the Croatian ports. Okay. So I give back a word now to Lais and Isa, if you can see the questions.
Thank you so much, Andrea. This was amazing, the product. I believe they love it to see the presentation. And we have a few questions here. You mentioned that you can charter the Lupus Mare. So Vera asked us if you can share an idea of the price for a charter of the full boat.
If I tell you something now, it will be, I will probably make a mistake. So let me check that with my sales department, and I will send the information to you, to both Lais and Isa, tomorrow morning, because now it's almost 6 p.m. in Croatia. So my colleagues, everyone is home except me. So I'm going to check exactly, and I'm going to send you tomorrow morning the pricing for chartering the whole boat, and you will be able to share with all webinar participants this information tomorrow.
That's perfect. Thank you so much. I can also see a question about the commission to agents. So later we can share with you the commissions for agents and also for B2B companies, for wholesalers. And Lorena is also asking you, could you repeat the number of packs for the Lupus Mariachi?
34. So 34 is maximum capacity of the guests plus 11 crew members. So the maximum capacity of the whole boat is 45, 34 guests, paying guests, and 11 crew members.
That's great. We have here also a question about the price. I think they understood wrong because the 55 euros is just the taxes they will have to pay, but not the final rate. So Andrea, could you please share a little bit about the prices, the public prices?
Okay, of course. Let me just check. Let me open the B2C prices, just a moment.
While you share it, we have here also a question about the months of the departures available. So
each departure is available at the moment. On all departures, we have availability on both decks at the moment.
And could you please share the months?
It's the first departure is on the 25th of April. The last departure in pre-season is on the 3rd of June. People who embark on the 3rd of June will disembark in Split on the 10th of June, and then we start in September again, at the beginning of September. I'm looking for, as you know, Isa and Lais, I'm not on my computer, so I'm having difficulties finding
I can share here if you want the B2C rates, right?
The B2C rates, it would be amazing. So as I said, I mentioned 55 euro. Unfortunately, that's not the price of the cruise. 55 euro is price of the port charges, port taxes, 55 euro per person for 1 week, and this is payable day one in cash to cruise manager. Port charges cannot be paid in advance. I found B2B.
I'm sharing here.
Excellent.
Just one moment.
Oh, I found it as well.
Oh, do you want to share some?
Yeah, I can do it.
Let me stop here.
Okay. So we have, these are B2C prices. These are prices that are published on our website for the clients. So these are commissionable rates, and Lais and Isa will provide you all the information regarding commission. We give very good commission as far as I'm concerned. So here, for example, the most expensive departures are June 6th, September 5th, September 12th, 19th, and 26th. Per person in euro, half board in lower deck cabin, it's 2,615 euro. Per person in euro, half board in main deck cabin is 3,045 euro. Triple cabins, third person in a triple cabin has 30% discount. What is important to mention that in triple cabins we have one queen size bed, one double bed, and we have one full size third bed. So it's not a roll away bed, it's not a sofa bed, it's a full size bed. And here you can see everything that's included: 8 days cruise, arrival, departure, transfers, accommodation, welcome drink and snack, half board, complimentary water, coffee, tea, fruits, snack, 10 crew members, Wi-Fi, and use of the facilities on the boat.
We have a few more questions here.
Yes.
So Vera requested us if can they have the presentation priceless. So after the webinar, we are going to share all the material with you, also photos and videos, so you can promote this amazing product to your clients. And Andrea Claudio shared with us that he has been to Croatia in July and found the water temperature to be extremely cold. So he asked you, is it always that way, or are there months with better temperatures?
Well, generally speaking, Mediterranean and Adriatic Sea, which is part of the Mediterranean, is much colder than Caribbean, is much colder than I don't know, Andaman Sea in Southeast Asia. Sometimes, although I'm from Croatia and although I'm from Dalmatian coast, originally I'm from Split, but I live and work in our office in Zagreb. Adriatic, although I spend my whole life here, Adriatic can be cold for me as well. So usually July and August are warm months when the sea is around 24 degrees centigrade, 25 maybe. But the warmest month is September when we talk about the seawater temperature, because as you probably already know, for sea, it takes much longer time to warm and to get cool. So sea in September is much warmer than in May, and sea in the first half of October is much warmer than in May or even beginning of June. Temperature of the air in October start to drop slowly, but the sea gets cold much slower than in the air. So September and October are basically excellent months for this product, and generally for Croatia as a destination, because August craziness has finished, school holidays in Europe have finished, temperatures go down, so it's easy to walk around, to explore, and sea is still warm enough for swimming, even warmer that can be in May, June, and July. Do we have some more questions?
Yeah, we have just a question about whether they can have the presentation and the prices. Yes, you may. Lais and I will share this information with both markets from Mexico and Brazil, so don't worry about it. We have that covered.
And I will also send you tomorrow morning information in case someone wants to charter the whole boat, the whole vessel for themselves, for a client. You will have this info as well.
Great. Well, I believe that those were the questions.
One thing I forgot to mention, from where the majority of guests are coming. I would say that majority of the guests that we sell Lupus Mare are from Canada, United Kingdom, and we have some from United States, not much, but Canada, UK, and some Australians as well. And hopefully Brazil and Mexico this year.
Yes.
Yes, I know we already have some Brazilians that booked the cabins.
Yes.
So thank you so much, Andrea, for sharing this amazing product with us. They are saying here that they loved the product. And thank you all for being here with us to watch this webinar, for your time here with us. We are going to share all the materials with you, so you will be very prepared to sell this product. And also, if you have any doubts, any inquiries, anything, you can also talk with me and Isa so we can support you.
Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for your attention and have a great day ahead of you.
Gracias.
Gracias.